Hello, my name is Jack Cooper, and I will be discussing the process of my Flash game, which is for Unit 76 at Gateshead College. Right, I'm going to discuss a little bit about my project first, so we'll open it up here, as I opened it earlier. As you can see from these questions, it's a maths game. But it's not just like a maths game where it specifically is for addition or multiplication, subtraction, fractions, etc. It's a mixture. It's a mixture, really. Um, Reason for this is because, from personal experience with maths, I struggled through most things, and this is to help me. This was helping me to understand the basics of maths, as well as like a specific subject. But enough about my life story on maths. So, as you can see, it's a maths game. It's very basic. And the aim of this game is not only to answer questions correctly that are related to maths or associate with numbers, it is also to multitask. So you play as this bee, who flies, as you can see here, he's flying. And what you do is here you have to avoid the wasp, and if you get caught by the wasp, then you get caught and brutally murdered or tortured. And press the correct answer. Then you go into the correct scene and move on to the next question. And answer this one correctly, and you answer it correctly, you move on to the next one. But get it wrong, then you'll have to start all over again to learn from your mistakes. And that's the only way how you progress. If you keep making mistakes, there's no point stopping. You're just gonna have to learn from them and just go with them. It's a learning process as well. But for the multitasking thing, basically, it's required for most jobs. So if you're looking at Tesco or Ubisoft, you're gonna have to multitask. So you'll be testing, or if you're a 3D artist, then you'll be rendering 3D models. And then but you might have to create a development blog as well, like I'm doing with this. Then you'll have to write documents and make models at the same time. Okay, so we're going to move on to the game now. But first I'm going to reference some tutorials that's helped me with this game. I've basically followed a minute. So these are the tutorials here. So as you can see here, they're very similar from the one I've made. So press the wrong answer and it's going to be wrong. You have to start again. But I changed the colours around and moved and changed them to different buttons as well. And the second one is to generate random numbers, which I'll discuss in the second part of this video, because I'm only allowed 15 minutes. But it's free, what can I do? Credit to Screenomatic for this capturing this recording video. If it wasn't for that, then I would be screwed without a development log. So it gives you a little demonstration here. So you press this, then it will randomly generate another number. Press it again, a different number, and etc. My third tutorial is the avoiding it.
Welcome to Flat Keyframe.
So it's into, I think, it's into 3 parts. And this was where I also got the randomly generating numbers from, which I'll show later. Okay, so we've got the referencing out of the way. So discussing the menu. So we're going to start with creating the buttons. So basically with this button here, I basically created it, pressed F8, and I gave it a name, so I call it Go, and change the type to a button. The only reason why you want to change it to a button is because if it's a movie clip, then it won't work as a button. Anyway, it won't work as a button. It'll just merely be an inanimate object that you can move around. So you double click on the button, and then in here you get 4 frames: up, over, down, and hit. So basically, up is when it's untouched, so it's just left, and then over is when you hover over it with the mouse cursor. So basically, I double clicked on the line. No, it's not going to let me, but I did change the button. I did change the lines. I made them a bit thicker, so it looked like as if the mouse was hovering over the button. We'll move on to down. Basically, I changed, so it's very different. This shows that it's been pressed. So if it presses down, then all the colours are inverted. This indicates that it is pressed. And hit, it's just left as up. Because if it's not going to matter if it's already pressed, then it'll obviously move on to the different scenes. So I've changed the lines and the different colours to indicate that each frame is being pressed down or left up. Left up being that it's untouched, so it would just basically stay to the current shape and colour that it is. Okay, now I'm going to change to the navigation.